a great tip, or the best. I know there's not one good tip only, but a couple of tips maybe for young goalkeepers out there who are listening here, or coaches that are listening that needs to give out some basic goalkeeper psychology or mental performance tip.
Yeah. All right. I think if it's for coaches, I think it's something else. But you can always. I mean, it depends on what day it is, what kind of best tip you're gonna give. But I always find it a little bit useful to just write it down what your biggest challenge and obstacle is. Everybody listening to this have a smartphone, and they have notes on the smartphone, and then you can just make the first note, you can pin it, you can actually just open a note and write my challenges right now, just my challenges, and then write down when I make a mistake, when the defenders are after me, or when the referee is an idiot, whatever the problem or the challenge is, then just write it down, take a screenshot, put it as a lock screen picture or something like that, and then look at it. And then one thing is that you have these things that you can look at, and it can be inspiring and motivating initially, but it fades away after 2 or 3 days, because then you see it, but you don't see it, because you see it, but you don't take it into consideration. But if you then force yourself in step number 2 to evaluate yourself each night, have I done something for this? Yes or no? And if you did something, well, what did you do? Did it bring you closer to achieving this obstacle, or did it bring you further away from it? And that's actually just what you do. List your issues, your problems, your obstacle, whatever it is, and then on a daily basis for, let's say, 30 days. And 30 days sounds like a lot, but we also, if you really, really want to go through this narrow hole of being the best of you and maybe professional, then you need to do something extraordinary that the other guys are not doing. And this is just taking yourself very, very seriously. List down your issues, your problems, and then evaluate every day for the next 30 days. What did I do to better this? How do I do to try and do this better today at training? How do I cope with it when it happened? My fear of failure in the match day. How did I cope with it today? I was praying my best. Okay, did it help you or didn't it help you? I tried to focus on page 2 of what I could actually do concretely with my behavior. Okay, and then just evaluate it. I have never seen anybody taking themselves and their issues seriously and doing something about it continuously, not being able to handle it. I only see people not being better at it because they forget about it and they say, and then you focus on something else. But if you do it and write it down, it is in top of your mind, especially if you force yourself to evaluate every night on how it's going. So that will be my advice for both youth and senior players.
Yeah, that's a great tip. That is something that everyone should listen to, try and do. I've done it myself before, and it works.